experiential marketing view. I'd like to set the ball rolling by inviting Professor Emil Jacob, the Dean of the School of Media and Communication, to address. Let's put your hands together.
Guest speaker, Biodun Shobanjo, the faculty and staff of the SMC here present, executives, various marketing communications enterprises, businesses here present, our beloved students, on whose behalf this event is being organized. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me join my voice to that of the compare in apologizing for the late start. The good thing is sometimes small beginnings make great endings. The very elaborate speech that I have prepared, I shall have to eat my words and cut them short. As you know, we in the business of communication, we love to talk. So I am going to have to do a disservice to myself by making my remarks as brief as possible. Really especially want to welcome our guest speaker, a man who has distinguished himself in this business. And we are all anxious to learn from the wisdom that he is going to hand out to us. Because given some of the developments in the financial markets in the last 3 years, and business globally, you will agree with me that the future of advertising, the future of marketing communications in general, which is always intimately tied to the future of business, is very much at stake. Of course, there have been so many rapid developments in the area of technology that we also need to be looking more closely at what the future portends. For us at the SMC, who are a very young school, so young that sometimes I'm both flattered and somewhat surprised at some of the comparisons between us and our older sister, the Lagos Business School. Has been there for 20 years, and we are a young baby of under 5 years. So we're both flattered at this comparison and somewhat surprised. Now, we have been in the business of trying to develop the curriculum in the marketing communications area of operations for some time. Not surprisingly, because of the strength of the faculty, we have concentrated in our earlier stages on writing and management areas. But since the last 2 years, since 2010 specifically, we have moved somewhat beyond these areas, and more specifically into marketing communications. And to this end, in fact, some of the new aspects of our structure, particularly the centers that have grown, is one of them will be paying very close attention to marketing communications. And in our master's program, since 2010, we have had the marketing communications stream as an indication of the direction that we want to go. The School of Media and Communication, as you would expect, has diverse interests. This is one of the most famous of those interests. And our relationship with industry has been intimate from the very beginning. Our program started with support from Coca-Cola, Nigeria, and also from the MTN. We also had very close links with British Council and Samsung, national electronics makers, and various other organizations. So much so that, in fact, the public sector, in our estimation, has been neglected. So in the last year or so, we have been thinking that in addition to developing a relationship with the private sector, we really ought to be moving somewhat in the area of the public sector, which is why this week, as you may have noticed, we had one of the governors visit with us, and this kind of engagement is going to continue. We have developed relationships with various public enterprises And as I said, we're going to continue in this direction sometimes so that we can have a true balance between the private sector and the public sector engagements. Talking about the future, in the next couple of years, we shall be having undergraduate studies at our new campus, which is under development at the moment. That is the Beijing campus, which is the third and main campus of the Pan-African University. We shall have undergraduate studies at that time. So in 2 years' time, we will see that there will be further development here. I think I'm going to wind up on this note, because we are concerned about values in addition to the professional education that we try to offer our participants and our students. And perhaps this is an important strength of ours, this concern for values and values. Because we believe that undergirding every kind of professionalism is the matter of values and ethics. And if we are known for nothing else, at least we should be known for values. This is critical. And we hope that whatever message you take away from here today is an affirmation of our values, of establishing relationships, of ensuring that some of those core areas of integrity are maintained. But this is what we really most likely want to associate ourselves with. And it is therefore significant for us that someone who is a symbol of the value system in marketing communications is to speak with us today. Please kindly join me in welcoming once more to our small classroom, which is always an indication of intimacy and relationship, the very venerable Mr. Biodun Shobanjo.
Now, I have a task that I would like to refer to as a very onerous one, to introduce an Iroko. Personally, I'd like to refer to him as the Vice Chancellor of Nigeria's Advertising University. His name, I don't need to mention, but I'll just run through his bio. He is one of Nigeria's finest marketing communication practitioners. He's reputed to be one of those who changed the face of advertising in Nigeria as an arrowhead of internet communications. His career spans advertising. His career in advertising spans for a decade, which he started at the American-owned Grant Advertising, which he joined as an account executive in November 1971. He rose rapidly to become its deputy managing director in 1976, a position he occupied until December 1979, when he left to co-found Insight Communications, which took off in January 1980. He was the chief executive officer of the company for 25 years, a position which he gave up at the end of December 2004. He is currently the chairman of Troika Holdings, Nigeria's largest and most innovative integrated marketing communication unit in sub-Saharan Africa. Businesses in marketing, communications, resource management, and asset protection. The stable of the group includes companies such as Insight Communications, All Seasons MediaCom, and Media Perspectives, both media independents, Optimal Exposures, Nigeria's leading out-of-home advertising company, Azagaya Limited, the food and line agency, Lee Cohen Company, the PR consultancy, Hot Sauce, digital marketing, and the Link Shop, brand experience and design. Mr. Shobanjo holds the certificate of the British Institute of Public Relations, CMIPR. He is also a chartered member of the British Institute of Marketing. He is a member of the International Advertising Association Fellow. He is a fellow of the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria. He is a fellow of the Commonwealth Journalists Association and past president of the Association of Advertising Agencies in Nigeria. Over the years, he has won numerous awards for integrity and professional excellence as an outstanding entrepreneur, a notable corporate leader, role model, and inspiring in Nigeria. He is a quiet philanthropist, a public spirited Nigerian. Mr. Shobanjo in 2010 was inaugurated as the first Ambassador General of Mass Medical Mission of National Cancer Prevention Program, NCPP. In 2008, he was the CEO of the first and only edition of The Apprentice, which aired in 6 African countries. He is married to Joyce with 5 children and a beautiful granddaughter. His hobbies include music,